welcome to another edition of BS of the Week. Now, as you can probably see, this is a somewhat strange edition in as much as I'm on my own. Patrick, as you probably know, is in the process of moving house, and his internet went off either today or yesterday, so he's without internet for the time being. And the next 3 or 4 weeks we've got guests all lined up for you, but we decided this week that the show must go on, so I'm afraid you're stuck with me. Okay, so without further ado, what I'm going to do this week is just briefly run through the games that took place and give you an oversight as to what happened in my opinion. So starting with the first game on the list, we've got Berlin Fire 30, we've got Darlington Sun Devils 26. A very tight game here. Basically a game where the two quarterbacks didn't exactly we should say cover themselves in honour. About a 50% accuracy rate here, about 50% completion. Tight game, could have gone either way, and it was right there all the way up to the very end there. So tough luck on that one, Sam. Well done, Patrick. Good first win of the season. Next game on our list is Central Coast Surfers against their Bombers. To be quite honest, quite a comfortable win here for the Surfers, 55-7. Not really a major surprise, but a good solid outing to start the Surfers season. Next game on the list, we've got the Titans against the Packers. Now, I don't know if this is just me, but I was slightly surprised at the result of this one. I didn't think, don't get me wrong, Tom always puts out a good team with the Packers. You can never ever write them off. You do so at your own peril. But a 13-43 scoreline either was a bit generous, but again, I was just a little bit surprised. I thought the Titans here were destined for great things this season. What I did notice was, and I don't know if it's indicative of things to come, is that basically James had a fairly inexperienced quarterback in there who, to be quite blunt, had a mare of a game. I think he had a 13 rating. I think it was as low as that. Now, whether his 8-year-old quarterback, normal starting quarterback, 7-year-old quarterback, whether they've now gone over the hill and he's now going to rely on this 4-year-old with reduced experience, I'm not sure. But that's what I'm going to watch as the season goes on, because it may well be that they're just now slightly over the hill in certain positions, but we'll see what James comes up with. Next game on the list, the Sharks against the Massive. This is always a good close game, and I have to say that Benjamin here, quite a nice win, good start to the season, good solid start against your main rival in the division, bodes very well for the season ahead. The Irish against the Buccaneers. Adrian's Buccaneers maybe aren't quite as experimental as we thought. A good win here, so maybe the 1-year, 2-year rebuilding process is starting to come to fruition, but certainly if I was in Adrian's shoes, I'd be very happy with that one. Rapiers against the Rough Riders. Again, I sort of spent some time with Peter at the draft, the live draft, and Peter, I think, is the first to sort of say that over the last couple of seasons he's probably let things slip. So he's starting to rebuild a bit this season, but that was probably not the result he was hoping for against the Rapiers. But as we all know, the Rapiers are a damn good team, so we probably shouldn't be too surprised about that one. Next one on the list is the Eagles Bulldogs. Pretty much as Patrick predicted last week, the Eagles were just too strong for the Bulldogs. So again, it's a bit of a watch this space, but I think I'll probably have to bow to his superior knowledge. They probably are going to be the division champions in there, but we'll see. It's early days yet. Next game on the list, Patriots against the 66ers. Got to be honest, this one being in my division, this one shocks me a little bit. Well played, Craig. New into the league, took over from Tad's 66ers, and to be quite honest, that's quite a convincing win against a very good Patriots team. Steve always puts together a good team, so I was a bit shocked about that one, but congratulations there, mate. A good start to your gridiron's career, so well done. Next one, Generals against the Chargers. I'm going to come back to this one because this one at 34-31 was probably one of the games of the week, without a shadow of a doubt. And I'm also going to come back to the next one, which was the Statesman against the Phoenix. A high-scoring game here. Statesman 3, Phoenix 9. We did talk about the best defences in the league, but this just shows that. And we're going to look into this one in a bit more detail in a minute. The Hornets against the Rushmores. 36-29. To be quite blunt, the scoreline actually flatters the Rushmores. The Hornets really thrashed the Rushmores on this one. They're all over, and we didn't really start playing until the game was over. Far too many turnovers. You can't give the ball away 6 times and expect to win. And a bit of a so-so performance from my quarterback, so a bit disappointed in that one, but well played to Collins Hornets again. Rhinos against the Knights. Okay, we said last week that the write-up was that the Knights had improved quite dramatically over the Rhinos, and the result this week seems to have backed that up. It's a good solid win for the Knights, and again in an interdivisional rivalry. That does bode well for the Knights picking up the divisional title. But again, it's only the first game of the season. We've got to see how things progress. Here we go, shock of the day. The Rivets 48, Maroons 21. I think, to be quite honest, that the sort of demise of the Rivets is a little bit overrated, because obviously they're still up and firing on all cylinders as usual. You really can't write the Rivets off at your peril, as it were. Weasels against the Shadows. Nice win for the Weasels. Quite a comfy run out. 37-6. Nothing really very much to say on that one. And likewise with the Huskies against the Stormers. A good win for the Stormers. Tough opening for the Huskies. We've got two or three new people join the league, and as they're finding out, it's a tough game to learn and to actually come to grips with straight away. And the last one again, Warriors against the Fulham Hollow Devils. A good win for Ambrose's Warriors. Again, 47 is an excellent start. But those that lost this week, the new guys that lost, keep your heads up, keep your chins up. It's a tough old game, so you will learn and you will get some wins under your belt. Okay, I'm going to basically move on and have a little look at what I thought were the 2 games of the week here. You had the Seattle Generals 34, and you had the Santa Rosa Chargers 31. And this, to be quite honest, was one hell of a game. It could have gone either way. It was one of those weird ones where I don't know if I want to say this, but whether the Chargers should really have won this. They gave the ball away 5 times, they had 5 turnovers, and they had every opportunity to win the game. They were up by 4 at half time, and coming into the third quarter, they were still up by 3, and then again sort of turnovers, fumbles. It just did not sort of go for them. But even in the very end there, we had a field goal kicked to take the game into overtime, and then within overtime, basically the Generals received the ball, took the ball right down to the 20-yard line, attempted a field goal and missed it. Okay, so a 37-yard field goal was missed. And at that stage, Chris must have been rubbing his hands together thinking, oh my gosh, this is my day. We're going to go on and win this. A couple of plays later, once again, the Generals get the ball, march it down. They go to the 23-yard line and they say, no, we're not taking a punt at goal here. We're not going for a field goal. We're going to take it even further. They took it all the way down to the 11-yard line, and they then converted that field goal. Smashing game, went into overtime. The 2 managers, 2 coaches. Alex and Chris must be very, very pleased with that. Chris would probably be the one that's least pleased, because that was a game that really could have. The other game that I want to have a look at is the 9-3 game between the Phoenix and the Statesmen. Now, we talked here about last week about defences, but this is a defensive masterclass. I know it probably doesn't look pretty, in terms of everyone likes nice high scoring games that flow backwards and forwards, but this was an amazing game if you're a defensive aficionado. Basically, there were somewhere in the region of 110 plays, of which only 15 of them got converted into first downs. So this was a basically 3 and out, followed by a 3 and out, followed by a 3 and out, followed by a 3 and out, etc., etc. 4 field goals, and basically the defences were, to put it very mildly, on top. There weren't very many turnovers, so it wasn't a case that the guys were giving the ball away an awful lot. It was just solid defence. These 2 teams are going to be very, very difficult to score against, and I will be probably, because I play one of them next week, I play the Phoenix next week, I think I'm going to struggle to get some points. But again, if you want to see how a good defence goes, then have a good look at this one. Okay, boys, well, I'm going to wrap it all up now. It's a bit of a short programme today, but next week we'll have Patrick back, and we'll also have a guest, and so until next week, stay safe, guys. Bye now.